Welcome back to Softcore History. I'm your host for the week, Dan Regester. And I am joined as always by Rob Fox.
Hello!
And Alex Buscemi.
What up, what up? Let's go. Hey, when you were a high school football player, did people ever go boosh? But it was like, oh, they're not booing him. It's like
No, I
like
didn't
boosh.
I didn't get Boosh until my college frat days.
Okay.
So I was just Alex, and I didn't go on the field long enough to have anyone cheer my name.
Even in a deep booing sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought on your football team you were known as the guy that fucked a banana peel.
I did actually. That is my story. Nanners for short. Yeah.
That was they called you Nanners?
Nanners.
You can't live that
Bananas.
down.
That's
Yeah. I mean, I owned it.
tough
I
one.
was proud of it. I mean, yeah, because there was like these older kids on the team. You know, when you're a sophomore, you have like you do practice with the guys who are seniors, and like when you're a sophomore and they're seniors, they look like
They're men.
fully adults.
They're
and
men.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just like a child still, and so they were like talking to me one time. They're like, yo, Alex, everyone on the team has done this. You got to go home and do it, man. What you do is you take a banana peel and you microwave it for exactly 5 seconds, and then you jack off with it. Feels fucking better than pussy, man. And I was like, oh, okay, sure, I'll do it. And so I went home. I fucking did it. And I came back the next day at practice, and I was like, yeah, I did. They're like, Boosh, did you do it? And I was like, oh, they didn't call me Boosh. They said, Alex, did you do it? And I said, yeah, dude. It felt fucking amazing. And they're like, you sick fuck. I can't believe you actually did it. And so I became Bananas, and I wore that badge with pride.
Honestly, it just shows that you follow through.
Yeah,
You're reliable.
I have a lot of potassium.
Yeah. Also, you have to own it because if you try to hide it like a shameful secret, then you're a little Gollum freak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, you fucked a banana. You can't be like, no, and run away. You gotta be, because then no one will want to be around you. No girl will want you. But if you're just like, yeah, I'll fuck anything, then like at least, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm fucking crazy. That's the only way you can make that work.
I made it work. And I think like after like when I was like, yeah, dude, it was great. Their faces were like, oh my god, he's like not embarrassed by this. And then they're
You're like, I gotta try it too,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Their faces went from like, wait, he's not embarrassed by this. That's interesting. And then I just kind of like got like a pondering look on their face.
How'd it
They were
feel?
Like, maybe I should try.
Yeah, I'm gonna
this.
try it. Yeah.
How'd it feel?
Dude, it felt fucking amazing. You know, I was 13, 14.
I feel like cleanup wasn't ideal.
No, yeah, you mean you have a cum-filled banana peel on your lap, and then you got like the banana tendrils kind of.
What do you mean? It cleans up itself.
I mean, you still got the banana mess all over you.
Yeah, I feel like there's banana mess.
Yeah, you know,
There's gunk.
Yeah, there's banana. You know the little stringy bits, the tendrils of a banana peel. You get those on your dick.
All over. Now, do you think that we've talked on Softcore History before how the banana peel situation, the banana peel stereotype or whatever came to be, right? That you walk and you slip on a banana peel.
You can thank Teddy Roosevelt for that.
Yeah, it's a real thing. People were eating bananas and just yeeting the fucking peel. It's like, well, fuck it. And like, it's biodegradable. And people were slipping and seriously injuring. Didn't someone get crippled or die?
A couple people, yeah. No,
Someone died from a banana peel.
Teddy Roosevelt actually brought awareness to this with his propaganda, but he eliminated banana peel injuries, and he also saved football.
Interesting.
He created the forward pass.
How did he do that? Did he just tell people to fuck the banana peel instead of throwing it in the street?
Yeah, like pick it up and use it. But I do wonder if the stickiness of semen would neutralize the slipperiness of the banana peel.
No, what?
Like
He was what,
came in
DA of New York City at the time? He's cleaning up the streets.
I don't remember.
Cleaning up the streets meant a completely different thing than now. Not trying to get rid of crime, just trying to actually...
actually clean up the streets. Like
Well,
there's
it's
dead
because
horses, banana peels.
Banana
everywhere.
peels were killing people. Literally, I remember we were laughing about it. We were like, can you fucking imagine if that's how you died? Like that some guy actually fucking died, and now it's like a funny thing in Mario Kart. We're just like, goddamn banana peel.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't know that was an actual crisis.
Are you looking up what Teddy Roosevelt was?
Yeah. He was the first police commissioner, I believe.
Okay. Fair enough. Anyway, happy to have you here, Boosh.
Happy to be here.
Maybe not. Either way, can't get a reliable source here.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck it.
You're here for softcore history.
Not hardcore.
Yes. Welcome into the show, guys. Make sure to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/softcorehistory. You get 2 additional episodes every week for just $5, and you have 2 years of evergreen content. Just hours and hours, days upon days of us just being idiots.
Patreon, full of fun shit. Got a fun episode this week as well that you'll hear later in the week. What, Wednesday, Thursday, whenever that
We
comes
drop
out?
episodes Wednesday, Friday on the Patreon.
Yep.
Occasionally, I just want to get it over with, so I drop it on Thursday, the Friday episode.
Just really
Really
get the
depends
hell
on
out
my
there.
mood, yeah.
Yeah.
Really depends on how my work schedule and flow is going.
Is your mood happy or angry when it comes out on a Thursday?
I'm just more efficient.
Yeah.
So usually happy.
Yeah. So I feel like it's your go-getter mode when it's a Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah. You're on
Friday, it's like, oh, man, I forgot to do this.
grind. God damn it. It's a game of Risk again. It's fucking 8 cameras.
Those are always the hardest edits, yes. Because at this point, I just have AI do everything.
That's the way of the future.
I'm making it my slave.
That's what it's gonna think when it kills you. I am his slave, no longer. But it will believe that you're its slave.
Well, how's it going to kill me?
I don't know.
Do you think, like, brutally, or will it just be efficient?
AI swarms of drones that are bombs will be how they kill us.
Or maybe not even that, just cuts. The little propellers will just cut you.
Yeah.
You ever cut yourself on a drone?
No. Sucks.
It's not great.
Yeah, I assumed.
Yeah, they don't even need
It's like
bombs
catch
on
it
them.
out of the sky so it doesn't fall in the water.
Oh, no, I haven't had to do that.
That is how I think the AI rot takeover would happen, would be like we're teaching these swarms of bots, drones, like we're teaching them, like, instead of having to have an individual pilot for each one, which would be impossible, they want to just have the AI coordinate, so you can just send a swarm of bomb drones and have them just crash into an aircraft carrier. And
I also read that Wall Street Journal article this week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I immediately.
Oh, you rich? Paying for subscriptions of newspapers?
I canceled it because it was like $40 a month, and when
What?
It's crazy.
The fuck?
It's Wall Street Journal, but when
That's more than like any streaming service.
yeah, it's fucking crazy. But if you cancel, then they ask you to come back, and it's like $50 for the year.
Yeah, that's what you do. Is you say you're canceling, and then they call you up like, please don't leave.
They negotiate with you.
We need you back.
Adobe does that too with their products. It's like, hey, I'm going to cancel, Premiere and the Adobe suites. And like, what if we give it to you for free for a couple of months? Like, why can't you just do that normally?
It's not how a business works. But I got to think at least 50% of the people you're taking money from are doing that, right?
Mm-hmm. I miss the days where you just insert a CD-ROM.
I miss the days where you just go to this guy's apartment and he gives you a pirated version of the whole suite, and you pay him $100.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I did that until 2012, 2013.
And all you had to do was like one hand job with eye contact.
Yeah, with
And he gave you.
always with. I was like, and it was so weird because I'd be like, your girlfriend's here, and he'd be like, shut up.
No, but she enjoyed that power dynamic.
Her hands are weak,
Yeah,
and she has a lazy eye.
She was taking notes.
she was.
She's like, oh, Western grip. Okay.
He was like, she knows.
Western grip.
She knows how business
Thumbs
works.
down. The thumb is free to explore.
Well, today we're not talking about the West. Instead, we're talking about the East.
Of course we are.
Love myself, that part of the world.
You have a love for the Orient in this show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is that still acceptable to say?
It's a historical term, so we'll say it.
Okay.
Yeah, they came out with a movie a few years ago called The Oriental Express, and they wouldn't have done that if you couldn't say
Right.
Orient. I mean, you can't call a Chinese person an Oriental, but
Right.
like, you can refer to the region as the Orient.
It will never not be confusing to me why any of that is offensive, other than someone put stink on it.
Also, what
You
if
know what I
they're-
mean? Like,
what if
it's
they're
like-
covered in rugs?
Yeah, that would be, yeah.
Yeah, that's why. They're like, these people are covered in Oriental rugs.
Like,
They
it
must-
just so happened he was Asian. I'm sorry. But
Well, like, I mean, I guess there's nothing inherently offensive about any word, right? You have to put stink on it for it to be offensive. But even that one, like, there's some that start out as actual, like, derivative words, right, that are, like, meant to be mean, Whereas I feel like that was only descriptive, and then people, it was just like old people kept being like Oriental, and then they,
Yeah.
and then they had to be like, I don't like this anymore.
It's like, it's just your tone, Grandpa. Your tone's all off.
Yeah, because like it's just a random word. You like there's nothing. There's like I can't find any.
If you want
behind it.
some really good Asian slurs, just watch Gran Torino because it's full of it.
Oh my God! Yeah,
Things you wouldn't even know.
They
That's
gave
the
him
other
an
thing, too.
Oscar too. They're like, you just got really creative with those, man. Like, props.
The only reason Clint Eastwood made that movie was to say Zipperhead.
They were
50
literally
times,
like,
yeah.
He was behind the scenes. They're just like, actually, Mr. Eastwood improvised every line. This was
Not a single
This-
word was written down.
This was in fact a Fast and the Furious.
There
sequel.
was a script, but it was just a list of 100 slurs for Asian people, and he just after each scene he would go over and do a check mark next to each slur, made sure he got through the
Get every
list.
single one. Yeah, I think Gran Torino was just Clint Eastwood doing Linorama, just a Mad Lib of Asian slurs.
Well, today we're going to talk about Unit 684.
Oh boy.
Oh, we can use some of those Clint Eastwood terms today.
Yeah,
good.
Honestly,
No,
there's
no,
nothing
don't.
mean enough you could say about these people. I like that. Bush has been on between these two episodes, but I like that we're just like, hey, Bush is back. Let's do more fucked up Japanese World War II
no,
shit.
it's not the Japanese.
Oh,
We're talking about South Korea.
oh, great. Okay, never mind. I don't know anything about these people.
Yeah, no, this is a Suicide Squad.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Wait, Suicide Squad, like Suicide Squad, like Margot Robbie and Will Smith.
Yeah.
Except
It's
Korean.
the Joker. It's Harley Quinn.
Hell yeah.
That's
Except
awesome.
it's just Asian dudes.
Okay.
Slim, athletic,
Do they
no
wear
superpowers.
any clown paint?
No clown paint, unfortunately.
So it's Suicide Squad meets BTS.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go. I'm in. If you walked into a studio right now and said that, you're making a movie, baby.
Dude, yeah. Actually, that would crush.
So
Like, why haven't they done like an action movie with the BTS boys?
I don't know.
I bet they have.
I bet they've tried it out. I don't. If they haven't, oh man. Would that like do well in America though?
No, but
BTS
that's not important.
crushes or used to crush. I
It's
don't
not
know.
important if it crushes in America. There's a whole other side of the world.
There is.
That eats it up.
China is as long
I
as it
actually-
does well in China.
I
is
don't
all
know
that
how
matters.
China feels about South Korean culture. They're all like that whole part of the world is all famously extremely
Sure.
antagonistic of each other.
But there's
Yeah.
so many people in like Malaysia.
Yeah. But I mean like they all don't like each other.
Yeah. Asians are extremely racist
To other Asians.
other Asians. Yeah.
All of them.
Perhaps because of their past?
I mean
With
for
China
Japan
and
all
Japan.
of them. Yeah, certainly for Japan and Korea and Japan. I get why they all hate Japan. And I get why Japan hates them partly cuz Japan I think is still just like, turns up their nose at them.
We all know why Japan hates China, because Sub-Zero murdered Scorpion's family.
There's one Chinese and one Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
Like
In the new adaptation of Mortal Kombat, yes.
okay. I didn't know that.
Dude, I've been watching the.
Have you
Like
been watching
compo-
Shogun?
No, I haven't, but I did watch a compilation of all of the fatalities from the new Mortal Kombat. It's fucking sick. Like they got Omni-Man from Invincible, and he just like grabs the guy and then stands on a train tracks, and then the train comes and he just holds him out, and the train just massacres him, and then all the people inside the train are just getting turned to red powder, and then at the end he's just Omni-Man's holding the guy's just head and spinal column. It's
The
fucking
last
sick.
Mortal Kombat fatality I saw was actually a meme, and it was the Air Force guy that set himself on fire. But it was Scorpion taking his mask
Oh
off
God.
and blowing fire.
Dude, that video was intense. And then the cop shows up and just like points a gun at him. And the other cop's like, dude, I need a fire extinguisher, not a gun. What are you doing? And he's just like, fire ballast.
But what if that gun did, in fact, shoot fire extinguisher?
Yeah, it was a squirt gun.
It was water.
He was like, I'm helping.
Yeah, you don't know.
So
you're right.
Unit 684 was a secret South Korean mercenary group created in response to the attempted assassination of the South Korean president Park Chung-hee by North Korean commandos, also known as the Blue House Raid on January 21st, 1968.
Okay.
So it's kind of a vendetta group. It's like they try to kill our guy, we're going to try to kill their guy.
I mean, at this point, what? The Korean War probably ended like 10 years ago.
It's over. Vietnam's starting to buck.
Yeah, but I mean, like, so it's not only within living memory, it's within, like, I mean, the Korean War, Korean War being active is closer in time to when this happened than the invasion of Iraq is to us.
Not to mention North Korea was also a major ally of, like, North Vietnam.
Okay.
So different sides still kind of going at each other
And South
through
Korea.
proxy wars.
South Korea,
The
like-
commies versus the democracy.
Yeah, but South Korea at this time wasn't. It was technically, you know, a democracy, kind of. Well, Park Chung-hee actually took power in 1961 after a coup d'etat
Okay. Fun.
and was a dictator until he was officially elected in 1963.
It takes time to sort these things out.
Mhm.
Congrats to Vladimir Putin, by the way. Just won another election.
Yeah, man, I was on the edge of my seat.
Huge
right there.
win.
Did not know how that was going to turn out.
This
How much
guy-
did he win by?
Yeah, it's not-
87% of the votes.
Oh, damn.
Oh, is that what it was?
That's a close
Yeah.
election in
Yeah.
Russia.
Yeah, and he killed his biggest opponent, like in prison.
Well, that guy was... Stuff happened in prison. We don't know.
He fell out of
Yeah.
a window
Were
in
you
prison.
there? Yeah.
He shot himself 3 times in the head
Yes.
in prison.
It would be funny if someone really
What happened?
did,
Did he like report about Bowen's planes going down, or?
Yeah. And my brother works for Northrop Grumman, and I told him, I was like, Steve, if you get any dirt at all, keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
Not worth it, buddy.
Not worth
You
it.
just let those other people die. I love you. I don't love that. I don't know them.
They don't make commercial airliners that fall apart, though, either. So.
Park Chung-hee was a pretty controversial figure himself, with civil liberties and human rights being oppressed under his regime. But he's also credited with the economic boom that turned South Korea into the country we know today. So he was a capitalist.
Potato. Not potato, but, you know, whatever.
He was getting kind of some of the companies you know today, like Samsung, involved, and made South Korea kind of a player.
Brought him into the 21st century,
Mhm.
into the 20th century even. When did Japan have their boom? Was it like in the 80s?
That sounds right.
That's definitely when their electronics just like took over everything.
That's when I see all the memes from.
I think they
of the
were.
Japanese 80s.
I mean, they
photos.
started to have success in the 50s, though.
They did, yeah.
They went right from trying to conquer the world to being like, we are going to put all that energy into technology.
Yeah.
All it took was a nuclear boom.
2 nukes. Man, it's funny how
They have better fucking railroads than we do.
Well, yeah, I'm sure Germany does too. It's funny how much we just like,
We have like the
mentally-
worst railroads like in the world.
which is ironic
Because we
since
didn't
that's,
build
like-
them.
Because that's like the story. One of the like pillars of American history is like the Transcontinental Railroad.
Yeah. Well, we just haven't fixed it since then.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same
It's
railroad.
like it was good enough.
Yeah, we did it once.
We'll ride it into the ground.
That's fine. But we really just broke the souls of Germany and Japan. Like after World War II, like
Oh, yeah.
Germans start pooping on each other for sex. Japanese, there's like used panty vending machines, and they invent
Yeah.
like Hello Kitty, and
They just
I was about to
begot-
say they're fucking Hello Kitty fleshlights.
yeah, like they're like mentally broken, like a gimp is mentally broken. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was it Tosh or Bill Burr that said we bombed the masculinity out of Japan?
Either one sounds right, and it's,
Oh, God.
Tosh has some bangers, like
yeah.
from back in the day. He hasn't like released a special since like 2010.
He
but-
just started a podcast, I think.
He has a podcast, and he says he has a special coming out on Amazon soon. His last one on Netflix, so it was like maybe 3-4 years ago, was pretty funny.
I like him.
Tosh is still great, yeah.
By 1967, Kim Il-sung believed his southern capitalist counterpart had no real domestic opposition. Their growth would only hurt his nation, and the U.S. was getting tied up with Vietnam, making it the time to try to eliminate Park Chung-hee and help install a communist ally. Now, the Blue House raid, which I mentioned before, was 31 Korean soldiers who spent 2 years preparing.
North Korean?
This is North Korean.
Okay.
Yeah. This is before. This is what ultimately led to Unit 684.
Okay, cool.
So this is the initial thing where they're trying to take out Park Chung-hee, the South Korean president. 31 North Korean soldiers spent 2 years preparing, including 15 days with a full-scale mock-up house with an emphasis on hand-to-hand knife combat.
Sweet. Fuck yeah.
That's some Suicide Squad shit.
Well, no, this is the bad guy. This isn't even the Suicide Squad yet.
This is the first squad.
This is the Ninja
This is
Squad.
the first Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just the North Korea's Suicide
Yeah.
Squad. Yeah.
Because everyone in North Korea is a prisoner, so any squad you make is technically a Suicide Squad in North Korea.
Yeah.
It's honestly
Anyone
like
that's not Kim Jong-un is a...
It's an
or-
optimism squad. Like, I'm going to die. Okay.
Yeah, sweet.
That's better than what I got going on right now.
Yeah, I saw a thing today that said there's more slaves today than at any other point in history, but
Checks out.
that metric also considers every single citizen of North Korea a slave. And if you take that out, it's much less than the past.
Also,
But that also
even if it
checks
wasn't,
out.
Yeah.
counting. That's counting stat. That's counting stats. We're
You don't want to pad stats. I
we're
get it.
stat compiler. You know what I mean? Like I need rate stats for that.
Yeah.
I need percents.
That's
I
Emmitt
need,
Smith
yeah.
spending 20 years in the NFL.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't respect that.
But I also do respect calling everyone in North Korea a slave because, like,
What else are they?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Can they leave? No.
No.
Are they forced to work?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
what the fuck do you want?
That is slavery.
Do they often starve? Yes.
Yeah. Do they have any rights at all? No.
No.
Like, they're slaves. I can't count it. Count it.
Yeah.
Fucking count it.
I agree.
However, they never made it inside Park Chung-hee's house. Instead, about 100 meters away, they reached a checkpoint, got into a gunfight, and scattered into the mountains. Over the next few days,
Just happy they brought guns.
a massive sweep operation went down.
Probably should have trained more with the guns and less with the knives. And that's it's like, shit, what is this gun? How do I fire this?
They're all to load it.
I spent 5 years doing exclusively knife training.
They killed or made 29 of the 31 commandos commit suicide during the sweep. One was captured, and one ultimately escaped.
Why would you escape?
He just got away.
I mean, I guess disappear into the ether. I wouldn't go back north.
No,
You're not going to be a hero there.
Especially after a failed mission.
No.
Yeah, that guy probably settled down in the mountains somewhere.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you just run into the forest. Run into the ocean.
He started a new life.
Try to swim to fucking Australia or anywhere. It doesn't. I don't care how far away that is. Anywhere. You can't go back north.
Go to
That's
China, go to Mongolia, do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, I just feel like I don't understand how any North Koreans ever you could let them out and they would do anything. I understand like Stockholm Syndrome or whatever, but like I don't understand how the only thing they do isn't just run to turn themselves in and seek asylum immediately. Mm-hmm. I get they have families, right? Like I bet you it's really hard to make a North Korean Olympic team if you just have your mom and dad are dead, you have no siblings, no kids, because you're leaving the first time the plane touches down in Paris for the next Olympics. You are sprinting to the United States Embassy, and you're just like, "Let me in, good God, let me in."
Do they do that? Like, has North Korea competed in the last Olympics?
Yeah, they're in the World Cups and stuff. I think they're in Olympics.
Did the athletes just try to escape? Did they run to an embassy?
They are kept under close watch.
God damn.
I would do that if I was Iranian. Because there's they're big in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And they've like prosecuted and executed like world champion wrestlers.
Just because they lose, or?
No, because they speak out against the government.
Oh, wow.
It's like, seems like a bad idea.
There's always a couple Cubans that defect. Like at the last World Baseball Classic, Cuban coach defected.
Why wouldn't you?
I know.
Yeah.
And Cuba's not even that hardcore.
No.
Cuba's just
You
like
get to drive cars from the 50s and
That's because that's
play
the only cars
dominoes.
they have. Yeah,
they
it
got
doesn't
like,
sound like a bad life, though.
yeah, no, my friend
Even if
visited
it's on
there.
the beach. It's not like it's Haiti. You're not getting eaten.
yet.
I think Cuba's kind of chill now.
Wait, do
There was a time where you could go back to there was flights to Cuba, and then they shut that down.
Obama.
There was
For
like 9
I feel like for
months.
like a year
Yeah.
under Obama, Cuba was
I had a friend go.
chill again, and then
Yeah, it was. I remember it was a big deal. Like Obama lifted the embargo with Cuba, and it was just like free travel all over again.
We're all mad. Like
Yeah.
Cuba's gonna do anything, or like anyone's gonna put anything in Cuba.
I kind of wish
At this point,
I wish we had Cuba over Puerto Rico.
agreed.
Like Cuba would be tight.
I don't understand why we didn't keep it. I don't understand why we didn't keep it. We took it. We conquered it. Took it from the Spanish.
Wait, to back up for a second, are Haitians eating each other?
Barbecue is allegedly. I don't know if that's fake, but
There's a warlord in Haiti allegedly eating people.
he's at least cooking
Jesus.
people. He's cooking dead bodies, and I believe he like took a piece of the person and like put it in his mouth. I don't know if he's eating them or he's just doing that for show.
Just like chewing on the skin flap like gum.
Things are bad.
Yeah.
I mean, they're usually bad in Haiti, but they're worse.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. The French fucked that country up.
Yeah. We were
A lot of
talking about
things
that on
fucked up
other
that
shows.
country, but yeah, certainly the French. Even when they left, I think they had like a kind of an embargo, or they had
It
a
was a blockade.
blockade.
It was straight up
It was
blockade.
Napoleon's brother, right? Or his brother-in-law?
Something like that, because they
Died in there.
gained independence. I read about this a while back, so it's not going to be good history here.
I thought
Not
about
that it
doing
ever
that.
is here.
Yeah, I thought about doing it today, and I'm like, I'll
Yeah,
pass.
it is
That's
topical.
just too depressing.
Yeah,
It
but
is
I
a
mean,
dark
it's
one.
really the history of Haiti is just like, hey, like you want to hear about black people getting fucked for just hundreds of years? Like you thought African Americans had it bad. They're on easy street
Yeah.
compared to Haitian. Like I think the gist of it though was France was just like, oh fuck, they rebelled. We're never gonna get that back, especially with all these Napoleonic wars going on or the whatever wars that were going on. I guess let's just blockade it so that they all starve to death and
Right.
just fuck them.
And the DR is not even that great
People keep getting murdered at resorts there.
all the time. But even they are like, no, stay on your side of the island. We're going to deport you back.
Building,
You're going on the other side of the mountain range.
Jeez.
But back to our Korean buddies. South Korean side also took casualties. They had 30, including 4 Americans.
What? I guess we were over there helping him out.
Yeah.
We've had troops stationed there since World War II. Yeah, so
And 66 wounded.
okay, gunfight, baby.
Oh, yeah. So maybe they did a decent job with their guns. Not just knives.
Yeah. Was 30 versus like
31 versus, hundreds.
wow. So actually that's
Because they're
pretty
protecting the
badass.
president. You know?
Target rich environment.
Wow, they managed to wound 66 and kill 30
Killed
out of
4 of our boys, guys.
God damn it.
God
Do you
damn
guys
North
have a
Korea.
squirrel in here?
No, that's a bird, I think. Who knows?
You have a bird in your studio.
Probably.
Probably.
I hear.
That wouldn't surprise me. This is essentially
seen-
like a glorified shack.
Seen lizards. Yeah. It's only a matter of time before if like a coyote just trots through.
Even like a mountain lion. I wouldn't be surprised.
That wouldn't shock me.
Oh man.
This
I'm
set,
sure you guys got guns around here though.
There
oh,
is
we
a
have
gun
a
in
couple,
here,
yeah. They're all hidden.
Multiple.
They're in the guitar case is a shotgun.
Yeah, with shells.
Yeah.
We're
So
ready
we're
to
good.
go
We're
if
good
the
to go.
mountain lion comes.
This set in motion for the Korean Central Intelligence Agency to create Unit 684 on April 1st, 1968. The group was made up completely by criminals or unemployed youths looking to lessen their sentences
Of what?
or be rewarded with cash and jobs.
Be rewarded with what jobs?
Cash and jobs. So you unemployed youths that just wanted jobs or money, or criminals that wanted to lessen their sentences.
How deep into the criminal well did they go? What was the worst charges anyone had?
So there was a movie that came out that tried to make them like hardened in like 2003, and that wasn't really necessarily true. They
Okay.
were more just kind of like petty criminals, like theft and
Okay.
Yeah, you can't have like really
evaded their
bad.
taxes.
You can't have really bad criminals because they just won't follow orders.
Right. Or they'll try to run away.
This is
Yeah.
also nothing new. Militaries all over the world do this. Like Russia's doing it now.
Well, there's the old kind of cliche of sort of pre-war United States, maybe even up to Vietnam. Like someone will get in trouble with the law, and the judge will be like, "Son, you can go to jail for a year and a half, or you can join the Marine Corps. That's your options." And then the guy's like, joins the Marines.
Oh, you know who
goes to Nam, and then he's like, "I should have gone to jail."
you know who actually did that in an episode we've talked about?
What?
John Dillinger. when he first got caught, they're like, you can go to prison or you can join the Navy. So he joined the Navy, and then he immediately deserted.
Nice.
He
Solid.
thought that one through. We do that with firefighters in California. You can
Prisoners
can get a lesser sentence for fighting fires.
Sounds pretty sweet, to be honest.
Yeah.
Although I'm pretty lazy. I'd probably
know.
be like, I'll just hang out in jail.
Yeah, but you get so much puss as a firefighter.
You get laid a ton in jail.
I know. Just different kind.
Against your will.
Maybe it is your will, though.
Yeah.
Maybe you like it.
Maybe it's consensual. But it's just
You
know,
learn
it's
to like it.
different. It's not worse. It's not better. It's different.
Different.
What the KCIA looked for was an athletic build and guys that seemed to have nothing going on with their lives.
They should just go to like a minor league baseball team. You know what I mean? Like guys who are athletic enough to play in the Korean minors, but like clearly ain't making the highest league.
Right.
And they could probably bash some heads in, you know? Like, fuck it, why not? Obviously, you can't do like the fat catcher or something, but yeah, grab some right fielders, some first basemen. There's your fucking guys.
Definitely a bullpen catcher.
Oh, yeah.
What's he doing?
Nothing.
The idea was they would have no connection to the South Korean government or military and acted as irrational actors. They ultimately were under the South Korean Air Force branch. Their team had one mission only, to assassinate North Korean leader Kim Il-sung.
Is he related to Kim Jong-un?
Yeah.
He is Kim Jong-un's
Someone's here.
grandfather, I believe.
Oh.
Yes. So Joel just walked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hey, Joel.
Joe.
Hi,
Hey, buddy. No, you're good, man. Don't worry. So the prisoners were transported to Silmido, an island in the Yellow Sea, where they would be isolated and have no communication with the outside world for the next 3 years.
What? They're like, all right, so we're going to let you out of jail, but first we're going to put you into more jail. And then we're going to send you to the world's biggest jail to kill a person.
I don't know if they knew they were signing up for like a 3-year training.
They can't have. That's like if we took, and you know what, maybe we should, but that's like if we took prisoners on death row or something, and we're like, hey, we need to figure out how long it would take someone to go insane in space. All right, so we're going to do that. You know how they're always like, oh, a Danish space company needs volunteers to like live in isolation for like 5 years to see what living on Mars would be like or whatever.
Remember that Mars 1 mission that was a total scam? But they had 100 people sign up for it, including like people were going to leave their families for it.
Yeah,
It was like a one-way trip to Mars. That ended
Yes,
up
because there's no such thing as a 2-way trip.
Yeah, and that was going to be and that was a scam because I remember just like I was like, whatever happened with that? But that was a scam.
It was a total scam, but it also ruined so many people's lives
Because they were like, yeah, I'm down to leave my family.
because they applied for it, and the minute you applied for it, it's like, oh, this relationship's over. I am no longer a mother. I'm no longer a father.
Yeah.
those people didn't deserve their families, probably.
Probably not.
Like if you're like, what? You're just like, I love you guys, but I could die on Mars.
What an awesome out, though, if you were at the end of a relationship and you just wanted an easy cut. You're like, I don't really want to break her heart too bad, or I don't want to break his heart too bad.
I'm just going to Mars, baby.
But like, I just want to be, I want to be something. I want to be a trailblazer, a pioneer. I want to go to space. What?
And you like knew it was a scam already, so you're like, oh, this is going to fall through. And then I just got a clean break, baby.
She'll just be mad at me, and she'll leave me, and it's
But
fine.
she can't even be mad at me. He can't even be mad at me.
I'm sorry, I just want to be a pioneer. Sorry, I want to advance the human race.
Sorry, I'm trying to make history.
Would you be mad at me if I had to break up with you to cure cancer? No. So you're mad at me now. I'm trying to advance the human race. Maybe think about what you're doing.
Maybe you're the selfish one.
Yeah. Checkmate. Dumb bitch.
During these 3 years, they went through intense training and torture.
Well, you got to up your torture tolerance.
Yeah.
Because if you get captured in North Korea, you're going to need a good torture tolerance.
Now, they kept referring to this squad, this team, as Black Ops. But from our understanding,
It's Yellow Ops.
Yeah, it's yellow ops.
I'm sorry.
Hey yo.
Sorry.
Add
Sorry,
a
I
rim-
shouldn't have made that.
Add a rim shot in there.
You get under this roof, and that's the joke you make, huh?
Did that cross a
This
line?
building does something to
No.
people. Not in this building.
Definitely not.
I think it's okay to. I think it was okay.
But I
We did just defend Oriental for like 20
Yes.
minutes.
Bring back Oriental.
I don't care if it comes back or not. I'm
One of
just
the guys-
saying,
Bring back.
one of the
Bring
guys
back retard.
doesn't make me feel anything.
one of the guys we work for though, Dan Holloway, he always like rolls his eyes when somebody mentions black ops.
Yeah,
So it just feels like it's not a real term.
I don't think it is.
Why does he roll his eyes at it? Is it just like a?
I think it's
Bullshit-
a
bullshit.
He was in the
bullshit thing,
military
yeah.
and he's like, it's bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess the idea is like they just have no connection to the military. You know, it's CIA. It's some type of intelligence operation that's supposed to be off the record. So that's why it's called black ops.
Yeah.
I don't know. So if somebody ever tells you they were black ops, they're usually fucking full of bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, how can you prove it, right? Because it was never on the record. So, I'm gonna start telling people that at bars, right? Like, I was in Black Ops. You know.
Black Ops.
I had a fraternity brother that was the videographer for UCF, and he got a Peach Bowl ring, or not Peach Bowl ring, a Fiesta Bowl ring, and he just kept telling all the girls when he went out that he was the kicker.
Smart, I guess. Did it work?
Yeah, sometimes.
Got him laid.
Good for him. How'd he get?
But he got a ring
That's technically
How do you get a
sexually
ring?
assault.
because he was a videographer.
Oh, wow. The videographer gets a. As
He
a
filmed
player,
all the practices. Yeah,
Dude, the
He
amount of people
fu-
who get rings
Wow.
for that. If you are like, if you do anything with the organization or the team or whatever. So like, I don't know,
Just a Jake,
remember it for college.
different Jake, but
Yeah.
just a Jake.
But for like baseball, for example, like when the Braves won the World Series in 21, like fucking everybody but the beer vendors got a ring. Like everybody gets a ring.
Damn, that really kind of.
Cheapens it.
Yeah. It makes him less cool, I think. But
Are you saying the beer vendor is not a valuable part of the squad?
he's probably the most, in my opinion, as a football goer. That
It
would
fuels the
be-
fan.
The beer vendor would
Yeah.
be more important than anyone else.
It's like a beer vendor, like he pours it and like turns to the side and puts like a little bit of amphetamines in it too, so they're getting drunk and jacked up and angry.
Yeah, dude, beer vendors work, man. Like you see this guy, they're always like 60 years old. They must have just destroyed backs, and they're just lugging these giant.
They all have a distinct call.
Beer. Yep, they all. Yeah. It's like-
Bala!
No call is the same.
Bala!
yeah, it's like listening to birds, and then you hear
Yeah.
him. It's like, oh, I recognize that guy. That guy's coming back down.
I remember before I was 21 in St. Louis, it was like I had a fake ID, but it wasn't like that great, and it was always like the beer vendors in the rows were the ones that were easier to get beer from than going to one of the stands, like one of the whatever in the stadium. So I will always have a great affection for beer vendors getting me very drunk between the ages of 17 and 20.
They're the unspoken heroes.
They really are.
They deserve a ring.
So they went through this training, torture, specialized in parachuting, climbing and rappelling mountains, and sea survival, along with your basic firearms and explosive tactics. During their time on the island, 7 of the 31 died.
Well, that'll happen when you're in an intense military training jail.
Damn, 7 to 30. That must have been just the most insane
It's
training
goddamn
ever.
near 25%.
Yeah, what the hell are they doing to them?
Well, one was executed for desertion,
Okay.
Okay.
Were they on an island? Where are they deserting?
building his own raft.
I get, yeah, like where they find it, like, why are you tying those doors together? What else could?
It's called a super door, dude. Ever heard of it?
One was executed for threatening an officer.
Oh, these guys weren't fucking around. This doesn't sound like the soft, almost. I know it's not South Korean, but almost like Hello Kitty-esque version of South Korea we know today.
No.
This is pre-BTS.
This is hard. These men grew up during World War II. Shit's real. Actually, fuck
These
World War
officers
II.
probably fought in the Korean
in the
War.
Korean War. Yeah. And in World War II, honestly.
3 were executed for taking a boys' trip to another island and assaulting a woman.
Oh, man.
I guess fair enough. I don't understand. Again, how are they leaving this island?
And 1 died in training.
So training itself, only one.
Only 1. Well, the other kind of deserted because it was so brutal. So I guess that kind of killed him too.
I blame him. Don't blame the training.
And the other one threatened an officer from the training. I feel like if it was easy or just not as bad, he probably doesn't make that mistake. I don't know.
I mean, it probably wasn't that much of a threat either. It was just that the officer was like, I'm going to make an example out of this guy. And
it was probably for nothing, too.
Yeah.
I feel like until very, very, very recently, and this only includes some parts of the world, it was super easy to just get executed. Like, very fucking easy.
Life was not valued the same.
No.
No, not at all.
Which is ironic. Well, honestly, it makes sense, actually, because I've had people who were in the military who come in here a lot, including Dan Holloway, who you mentioned earlier.
Where if they go to, like, third world countries or countries that aren't as, well-developed.
Yeah, death is just so much
more common
and a part of every day that people are like, he died.
Yeah.
And so if you get it's easy, it makes it easier to take a life, essentially.
Yeah, everybody here is are we so narcissistic as a country that we value life?
I know, right?
Just asking questions, guys.
Make America execute people who steal vehicles again.
Bring back executions.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
all
they used
over
to
the
hang people for stealing horses. That is not a crime that deserves an execution. You could steal a single horse, and you would get fucking hanged.
Yeah, that was really. Why was
that's
horse
the same
shit
punishment that Abraham Lincoln's assassins got.
Yeah, why was stealing a horse such a severe penalty? Was it like, were you just fucked if your horse was taken, I guess?
I don't know. I don't know.
Also, how did that not translate to cars?
I know.
Bring it back.
Like in the early 1900s.
You would think. Like someone steals a Model T, neck, snap, done. Honestly, I'm typing in when did they stop hanging horse thieves.
I honestly think that's an English thing, though. It all came from the English.
Probably.
They passed that law in like the 1750s where not only did they make the death penalty for a lot of crimes that you wouldn't think, but they would also not respect your burial rights, and they would also like condemn you for the afterworld.
Jesus.
So it was apparently repealed in 1860, although they were showing like, I mean, look, it's not history, but like there's a scene in Deadwood, which is the 1870s, where like that show opens with him hanging, I believe, a horse thief. And I know there's shit that happened in the Old West after that because
the Old West had their own laws. You could do whatever you wanted.
Yeah,
that's fair. John Hughes was allegedly the last man hanged for stealing a horse.
Damn. Shouts to our guy John.
Yeah, he was 26.
Did he have a record, or was that his first crime?
Poor
guy.
Yeah, who knows? I think he was just the last person hanged.
Just got caught up with the wrong group.
He was the last person hanged in New Hampshire for stealing a horse, is what I'm seeing now.
New Hampshire.
Sometimes Google doesn't do a good job.
Like earlier when I was trying to look up Teddy Roosevelt, what he did.
Yeah.
I think police commissioner?
That could be our subheader for this podcast. Not yours, but I mean like the podcast as a whole is softcore history. Sometimes Google doesn't do a good job.
Google seems like it's getting worse.
Yeah, it is.
Everything's getting worse.
It's like 10 sponsored posts before you get your result.
It's all that SEO money.
That's where they make all their money.
Yeah.
The surviving members were changed for the worse. They've been broken into cold-blooded killers, being in gruesome and grueling conditions, with details still not widely available about what they actually went through. Because they burned everything.
Yeah, fair enough.
They shredded all the information, all the documents. They burned everything, and we'll get to that later. For their reward of going through all this brutality, the mission was actually called off.
What?
By 1971, relations with North Korea had improved.
This is what happens when you slow roll it. 3 years?
3 years you went through nothing but pain and agony. And at the end, you're just like, I just want to get some.
Yeah,
and they're like, nah, we're good.
America should have been like, well, can we borrow him? We're in Nam right now. Can we bring him over here?
Right?
We got some. We'll drop him in Cambodia.
Give them some mission.
Yeah. Let these guys go. I mean, they'll just fucking. You just show up to where you dropped them off a couple days later, and there's just like a fucking like throne of children's bones that they're all sitting on. They
Also,
went way
keep
too
them in
far.
the cooler. Who knows? You'll wait a couple of years. You'll probably have an issue with North Korea again.
No shit.
Keep them on retainer.
Yeah. So after finding out the last few years were a total waste of time, they cracked open a couple cold ones, got trashed as it was the first time they were permitted to drink since being on the island. And surprisingly, things did not go well.
I was about to say, my prediction is then they popped out and they were like, just kidding. The mission's not called off. That was a test. Executed.
No. You get some booze in you, feeling a little loose, starting to feel yourself.
You've been trained to kill people for 3 years.
Maybe get a little violent. I'm not one that turns violent when I get drunk anymore.
But you also didn't spend
Anymore.
3 years on a torture island.
That
might make you a violent drunk.
that was me in my 20s.
When did you get violent?
You were never violent.
I've
I've
been out
gotten
with you
wasted
so many times.
Yeah, I've gotten wasted
in
with you
your
many-
20s.
Early 20s, like
College?
like wrestling and stuff. Not like I'm not punching people, but
you do like to wrestle. When we
I
were
like
on
to wrestle.
we were
Okay.
on we were on mushrooms. We wrestled one time.
I was thinking.
And we rolled around in dog shit.
We were
It
in
was
the
actually St.
backyard.
Patrick's Day like 2 years ago.
That's pretty St. Patrick's
Was it?
Day.
Say it was a beer Olympics.
Happy anniversary. It was St. Patrick's Day.
That was
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, and yeah, as we're doing it, like Anya is like, you guys know that is just so much shit right in that part of the yard you're wrestling in.
Yep. Look down at my jeans. I'm like, yep.
I got no shit on me. I
I
lucked
had
out.
so much dog shit on me. But I was on
They're
mushrooms
small
and that was
dogs,
cool.
luckily. Very small dogs, luckily. It could have been worse. Could have been a Great Dane.
Also, you're just
And not
not
a
very,
Pomeranian.
aggressive on mushrooms. It's more just you're going with the flow.
I know. I did not want to
I
do
let
it.
Boosh dominate me.
Look at that. You open up your mind a little bit, you immediately become a bottom.
He did wrestle in high school.
I wasn't very good though. I didn't have the anger in me. I did football and wrestling, and I was good at neither.
Did you get roped into wrestling because you played football?
Well, one of my
'Cause
coaches
that's
was
I
like,
remember that
goes
was the
hand in
pitch.
hand, yeah.
It was they were like, if you want to get, you play football in the fall, you want to get better at it. Wrestling's the best way to learn
Yeah.
how to be.
well, I just had a coach was like, you have like the broad shoulders of a wrestler. You'd be good at wrestling, and so I tried it, and I was okay at wrestling, but like I didn't have the. Like the kids that were the best were the kids that were like before they went on the mat, they were like, "Hit me, dude! Fucking hit me!" Like they're
Yeah.
angry.
Yeah.
Those guys were good, but then the best guy, like the one on a team best guy, was like zen as fuck. So you had the really aggressive guys were pretty good.
They were
then-
good, yeah.
Then the best,
They usually
the elite
came
wrestler
from, like-
was like zen, like Buddhist almost.
You usually had all the guys that came from broken homes, listen to heavy metal.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Zen guy, the guy that's always high, listens to some reggaeton before he comes to the mats. He never lost.
Was he zen like he was always high, or was he zen like the Hulk, where like Mark Ruffalo, like that's the secret cap?
No,
I'm
he was
always
just this,
angry.
He was when I say zen, like he wasn't like, crossing his legs and like meditating, but he was just like a really like. He was this like he was a 130-pound wrestler.
Yep,
and
always a small guy.
He was this black kid named Butters, and he wore like suits to school every day.
Oh,
like
okay.
he dressed up
Totally
really
different
fancy to
vibe.
school. But like he was just like
I didn't.
But he was just like crazy
Mental image
athletic.
out the fucking window.
Yeah, no, I was thinking more. This kid Sean at my high school, we were a power. We'd win state championships all the time, and he never lost in high school. But he was about 130 pounds, just pothead, just long hair, just wore a beanie,
And he was a sick wrestler.
You're describing a dude who's very similar to a guy I went to high
wore
school
tie
with,
dye.
who is the tiniest little black guy you ever seen. He was in my first class of ever in high school, and he was tiny, like so small. And I assume at the time, like a little doughy, not fat, but like just soft bodied, because he's 14. He's supple. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By the end of high school, he was a shredded miniature, like he was like Mighty Mouse. He was a fucking, and he's an Olympian. Spencer Mango is his name. Like he was on the U.S. Olympic, wrestled in the fucking Olympics. He's
Wow.
one of the best wrestlers in his weight class ever, I think.
But did he win a gold medal with a broken freaking neck?
He didn't.
Kurt Angle did that.
I know. Kurt Angle's the best. Kurt Angle's the GOAT.
Mike Tyson won a match with a broken back. Remember, he said that after an interview. Remember that? He's like, I broke my back. I broke my back.
Jesus. But yeah, that's...
I'll eat your babies. I'll eat your children's children.
That's what I think about when I want to eat his children. Good Lord. That comment didn't really, I obviously was fucked up, but it didn't hit me as a, 16-year-old or 15-year-old, however old I was when he said it. I was like, oh, that's a weird thing to say. But now if someone said that, if I was, competing with someone for a job and they're like, I just want to eat your fucking children, I would be, severely disturbed.
Mike Tyson, I'm surprised we uncanceled Mike Tyson. He went to jail for a year for raping a woman.
Yeah.
In the early 90s.
Convicted rapist.
Yeah, he's convicted, and everyone's cool with him now.
He's so likable.
How is a convicted rapist likable?
To be fair, I think he
guess he's
used
calmed
his
down.
tax lawyer to defend him.
It doesn't matter.
Probably not the right move. I'm just saying, probably not the right move in hindsight when you have that much money. Get a good lawyer.
Yeah.
That is used to these cases.
Why would the tax lawyer even take the job? Because that can reflect poorly on you as an attorney, not just in a sort of unofficial professional way, in a sort of court of public opinion.
Listen, I don't think Mike Tyson surrounded himself with the best people.
Yeah, he probably just...
Oh, he notoriously did not.
Yeah.
Believe most people took advantage of him.
And then he took advantage of a woman.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But now he's free.
Now he's
It's
free.
a vicious cycle.
And he's fighting Jake Paul.
Yeah.
What the hell is that going to be like?
I can only hope.
I hope he
I can only hope one result happens.
Yeah.
I hope he sees red and he's supposed to throw the fight, obviously, because it's Jake Paul, but he just something snaps at him and awakens the beast, and he just kills.
He gets
Jake
that
Paul.
one good shot in.
He just bites his face off.
Is that the ultimate result? Is if he murders him
Yes.
in the ring? That's got to be awesome.
Like Apollo Creed situation.
I don't even hate Jake Paul, but that would just objectively be hilarious.
Yeah.
Jake Paul's such a douche.
He's fine. Whatever. I don't care.
I
don't care enough to have an opinion on
I
it.
do wonder, I see him and his brother and whomever, and now they're in bigger stuff, but back in the day,
I think Logan's a good wrestler, actually.
Who is your fan base?
Children.
Like
little
14-year-olds.
children.
Yeah, most streamers they're kids.
In about 5 years, your boys are gonna.
That's
want
why
you
we
some-
don't
want some Jake. They're gonna ask for some Prime.
Bro,
and
that's
some-
why we don't do numbers, because we don't really have an audience. If we just pivoted though to 8-year-olds, we'd crush.
Fuck, I know. I do.
We just have to dumb everything down.
Just wholesome douchebaggery.
We're already idiots, but we do have to really dumb it down.
You know the video game I play most frequently, by far, not even close to a second, is Roblox.
With your kids.
No. There is a World War I shooter mod, because Roblox is all just Roblox is a video game wherein you create a bunch of video games, right? So there's this one. It's a World War I game. I just play it on my phone all the time. If I just feel like playing, because I don't ever want to actually commit to a real video game, so I'll just get that out of my system for I'll play it in spurts. So I've been playing it recently though, and it just was great.
Yeah, because Battlefield 1, it didn't feel like a World War I game at all. There was no trench. There was barely any running across no man's land. Is this are you just sitting in a trench for?
No.
Because that would be an actual World War I.
Yeah.
Would a World War I game just suck?
They did make
they
did make a game like that very recently.
It's
where
you have to
spend
just
most
sit
of
in
the
this
time.
trench.
Yeah, because there's
for
a
3
lot of
days.
people that love just war sim games, and they want to be sitting in a trench. And,
doing nothing.
and you dig, and there's a bunch of digging mini games, and put on your gas mask in
Dude,
time.
You
game
can dig in
mini-games.
this though. You can dig trenches in the Roblox game.
Hell yeah, dude! I gotta try this out.
It's pretty fun actually. I enjoy it.
All right. So August 23rd, 1971, at 6 a.m., the gang went into full mutiny mode. They broke into the captain's room, killed him with a hammer,
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
stole a bunch of ammunition and grenades, and sprung an attack on their superiors.
Got to kill somebody.
They quickly eliminated 18 of their 24 trainers,
Wow.
made their way to the mainland, and hijacked a bus headed to Seoul. They eventually hit a military checkpoint and engaged in a firefight, where 34 people died and 30 were wounded outside of them.
So not them. Other people.
Other people. They met their demise here as well. 20 members of Unit 684 either got gunned down or eventually blew themselves up inside the bus.
I assume with innocent people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
They blew themselves up inside the
With
bus?
grenades.
Yeah.
They were just like, we're gonna.
Fuck this.
I think they kind of got
Suicide
to that
bomb.
point where they're like, all right, we're surrounded. Fuck it.
Damn.
Time to go.
4 members of Unit 684 survived and were arrested. They were tried in secret and sentenced to death on March 10th, 1972. And all intel on this group was concealed until the 1990s.
So what they say the shooting was in the meantime.
Terrorist group.
Okay. Of
North Korean terrorist group.
course.
None of the bodies of the members of Unit 684 were handed over to their families, and most of the documents related to this group have been concealed or destroyed.
Can you imagine if you're just some kid looking for a job, by the way? Like some of these were just like young kids who didn't have a job. Like they couldn't get, like they hadn't opened a Burger King in South Korea yet. So you just join a secret assassin group. I think it's fucking...
Crazy. They just respond. I saw this flyer outside for Secret Assassin Group. I'd like to sign up.
The official report was eventually released in 2006, and this is only after the movie about the incident came out in 2003 called Silamido, and the families of the members sued the South Korean government and won.
I mean, why not?
They eventually received a lump sum of $273 million between 21 families
Wow.
in Korean.
Korean money?
So they won about $250K US dollar.
Oh,
Each?
No, total.
What?
that's not much.
No.
That's not
It's
too
like
much.
40 years later, dude.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
But check
why?
it out. If you're like the grandson of one of these guys and you just get a couple K for no reason, you're like, all right, that's chill.
You might have had a lot more money if they had turned their, like, had the chance to turn their life around and, like, build a income and bequeath you something, then whatever.
I don't know how.
Like the fucking $8 the government gives you. Sorry, we made your grandpa a crazy assassin.
Has the CIA paid for MK Ultra?
They did pay. They gave people free drugs.
That shit paid for itself.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, has anyone sued them to like try to get money back
Is
for?
MK Ultra even official?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Okay.
I believe it has been released
Has
officially.
the Unabomber's family sued?
The Kaczynski.
He just
estate
died.
Hanged himself, I believe.
He was over it.
Should have bombed himself.
It's
I think
hard,
he was
hard to
termi-
get explosives.
I think
in
he was
prison.
terminally ill, and he was just like, meh.
It's like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that is the episode for today. What'd you guys learn?
I actually didn't know that South Korea was kind of a dictatorship for a while there.
Just a couple of years.
Yeah.
If you see a flyer that says sign up for a secret assassin group, don't do it.
Don't. Just wait. Just wait for...
Also, how often does a coup d'etat lead to democracy? Not often, right?
I don't know.
That's rare.
Usually it's just a lateral move.
Mm-hmm.
Like, right? Like, usually a coup is like shit government to different shit government.
Yeah.
Who's Hitler?
I mean, the South Korean government, it sounds like. Who is that president? Park?
Park Chung-hee.
Yeah, I'm going to go him.
But he did advance South Korea forward.
I mean, these guys is Hitler.
Yeah.
In their little micro story.
Or at least their trainers. The people that took them onto the island.
Actually, yeah, it probably wasn't. I don't know how much Park was involved, right? Did he dream this up?
Yeah, it was a direct order from him.
Okay, then him. I'll go him.
It was just a revenge plot. They're like, they tried to kill me.
Well, did he just say, I want him dead and you guys figure it out?
No,
Or is it-
he's like, we need a task force to just kill Il-sung.
Okay, yeah, I'll go him. That works for me.
What about you?
I'll say the Kim Jong-un's grandpa is the douchebag. Because
Yeah, he started it.
Korea. Yeah,
I mean, he was very Hitler-esque
He started it.
yeah.
in a lot of ways.
And
I'll
I wish
also
I wish we got him. Then we wouldn't have had Kim Jong-un.
I don't think it would have gotten better.
Probably not.
Yeah.
If anything, there's a little bit of consistency with North Korea at this point
Also,
that we can rely on.
people forget with
But
North
I mean, they're trying. Once they get those nukes off the ground, they could be a real problem.
I'm not afraid of Rocket Man.
China just needs North Korea to not be essentially an American ally. They just want that buffer between South Korea and China. So they're never going to let North Korea nuke anything, because then people will move in and people will change things in North Korea, and then they don't have that buffer.
That buffers everything.
They need the buffer. So they want things to stay as they are with North Korea.
Who's America's North Korea?
Mexico? Fuck.
Yeah, at this point.
Actually, I don't know what good Mexico does us. Like, I mean, like, it seems like they cause more harm than good. Like, North Korea is absolutely a headache for China, but they do more good than harm for China, because all they really care about, I think, is that buffer. They don't care that they're also communist or whatever. Like, they just are just like, you were in between us and a lot of American troops and a lot of democratic troops from South Korea, whatever. We don't have any threats anywhere on our side of the world. So Mexico seems like more like with just the border and the fentanyl, drugs, whatever.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, who's an ally that's just a total liability? But I guess it's Mexico because of the cartels.
Yeah. It seems Mexico's a lot more harm than good. But what are you going to do? Like, tell them to go fuck themselves?
No.
Yeah.
No.
We have great relations with them.
It's a great vacation spot.
Great
Tulum,
beaches.
I mean, people are getting fucking blasted on the beaches. I'm not going to Mexico anytime.
Oh, dude, I just went to Tulum last fall.
How was it?
I didn't get blasted on the beach.
Dan.
I did do some blasting on the beach, though. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Hey, some finger blasting.
Starting and ending this podcast with talking about Boosh.
Yeah, it was a banana.
Ejaculating.
It was a banana on the beach.
And that brought it full circle. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Again, check out patreon.com/softcorehistory for 2 additional episodes every week. Softcorehistory.com for merch. And please leave a review. 5 stars if you can on Apple and Spotify. We are on the road to 1,000 reviews on Apple, and I can drink again. I'm going to get trashed once we hit 1,000 reviews on Apple. So if you can go in and write a review, that would be much appreciated. I would like to drink again. And yeah, Boosh, you got anything you want to plug?
Check me out on social media at What's Up Boosh. I got a meme page that's fairly neglected, but I promise I'm going to start back up with that. I was very busy with my freelancing writing career, but I'm going to be back up with the memes. And that's about it. That's all I got to plug, man.
All right, Boosh. Well, thanks for joining us. Rob, as always. Jake might be back next week. Who knows?
I think.
Who
He won't be
knows?
back on the Patreon. That'll be Boosh as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what the fuck Jake's schedule is. I don't care either.
No, he's doing bath salts in Florida right now, so we'll see if he comes back. Till then, though, you just got soft served.